Hello, welcome to Beastie Besties with Jay and Lo, the podcast where we share publishing updates, laughs, and all the new news in our world. So on today's episode, we're going to just do a quick lap around the corral and give y'all an idea of what to expect for future fun. And you may be able to identify when Jess has written the notes, if it says things like y'all and corral.
That's fair.
You want to kick us off with our intentions, as we always do?
Well, we usually do start our team meetings and things like that with things that we're grateful for and, intentions that we have that that will keep things on track, because it is very easy to get lost in the sauce and not remember the goals. So we thought we'd bring a little of that here to you with the rest of our nonfiction and nonsense that we shall be supplying in the time we're together. This go around, though, we're just giving you a little bit of what to expect from us.
Yeah, I think actually, now that you said that, maybe we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Ma'am.
I'm Lo, aka Laura Thorne, the CEO and one of the chief beasts of Wildebeest Publishing, and this has been started 7 years ago, publishing for myself, and then a few years ago on the trail, I picked up Jess, although she's been waiting to get on the trail for a long time. We have been friends since middle school. I won't say what years that was, just from middle school.
Yes, no, and it took me a couple years to get on board, but she gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. And so here we are.
A lifetime of fun.
a lifetime of fun and togetherness. Yes, no. And, what was really refreshing about jumping on with Laura is I've never been on a team meeting before where the first question was always, are we still having fun? And clearly we're taking this way too seriously.
Yes, serious fun. And yeah, so our intentions, I think too, the intentions have really strengthened our friendship and also helped us navigate. Like, I don't know if y'all listening can understand how much of a challenge it could be to be friends and then go into business together. Like, you have to have open, honest, and conversations. You have to be able to talk about, I don't think this is the right way, and share ideas and not hurt the other person's feelings, or hurt their feelings that they have to understand that you're not meaning to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's really interesting too. Laura and I joke around. Oh, by the way, I'm Jess Knighting, the J, the J of the J and Low. I worked in HR and finance most of my life, and always wanted to be a book editor. I mean, I red penned friends' notes back in high school. Again, which decade? Who knows? But it was just always something I had a passion for, and I love reading, so here we are. And, back to what I was saying before I sidebarred myself, Laura and I joke around that we're like Wednesday and Enid sometimes. And it's really funny because you'll have to guess who's whom from time to time because while I am the text and she is the art, I also am the nonsense and she's the nonfiction. So we're going to keep you on your toes.
That's right. And so the intentions were things like we started when we very first started the company to say, okay, I'm working on this, so let's work on it together. So we want to work on our money fear. Of course, going to business, that's a huge one. So
yes.
How are we doing with that? How's that sitting with us today? How can we navigate through that? And then, I don't remember some of the other ones. I always like to go to the 4 agreements and not take things personally. So I have an intention to not take what you say to me personally, what our clients do personally. And then it just really helps. It also helps, I have found from our experience doing this, it helps us have conversations that are grounded in something we've agreed to talk about and not accusations or pointing fingers.
100%. I mean, and, when we were working on setting this up, we were very strong in our morals and we wanted to be transparent. And I think that with these intentions and with you and I having the hard conversations, our friendship has just, gotten better and better and better. And being able to take feedback and not feel like it is personal, because it's not. We're just trying to help each other out and do better.
Exactly.
And be ourselves.
The Beastie part of the Besties. Like, we're here trying to do big things, and you have to be able to accept feedback and listen to each other and have each other's backs and just be beasts, because stuff is hard. Life is hard. Adding business on top of that is a whole nother level. But
yes.
let's also do, okay, we also start our meetings with grateful fors. So you have to do 3 because 1 and 2 are way too easy. You can always go with food and family and friends. And the third one is always makes you think a little harder. So for me, I'm grateful that we have been 4 years in business and we're still rocking it, even though not every minute has been easy. And I am so grateful that we were starting this podcast and having this platform where we can bring our authors on and our friends, our Beastie Bestie friends, and come and have conversations about their books and what they're doing. And I am really grateful for all the different people who got in line that I didn't even realize to help me land this new apartment that I am currently talking from.
Bravo. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I'm so grateful for you making me take this leap and believing in me before I did, and it's like, if you can't laugh at yourself, how are you going to laugh at somebody else? So there's been a lot of humility and grace and growth that's happened over the last handful of years. I'm super grateful for our team. We have this awesome,
Yes.
we lean really heavy into animal puns, y'all. Like, we say our author support is unheard of, but I mean, we have such a great group of authors and, people on the team helping make all this happen. And they're all so cool. And it's just a very diverse bunch of beautiful minds and wordsmiths. And I'm grateful for my dog, which you may hear barking in the background. So apologies, but we are animal lovers here at Wildebeest.
Yes, Dottie is one of our beasts, so she's welcome on the show anytime.
She's a loner, Dottie, a rebel. We love Pee Wee Herman.
Yes. Shout out to the king of the guest host show. And so that leads us to, do we want to set some intentions for the podcast?
I mean, I would say, if I may butt in, my intentions are just, for this to be fun and informative and for people to feel they have a cool space where if they have some questions, no matter how ridiculous they think they are, I mean, we've heard them and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. And, it's just a space to come and be yourself, run wild, and take leaps, right? Huh?
Nice. I think for an intention I would like to have is that we stay on some sort of pace, that if we're going to do it once a month, we do it once a month. Intention to keep people informed of when it's coming out. So set, an intention for at least a year. Let's just do this and see what happens with it.
Yeah. I mean, and to that point, any of you that are listening out there, if you have any questions or things you want to learn about, we are here to help.
Yes, Wildebeest Publishing publishes all types of genres. We help people self-publish, and that means we're focused on people who may have tried getting into traditional publishing and weren't able to. Maybe you don't want to. A lot of our authors don't even want to try that route. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of rejection. They may already know that it's not the type of book that is getting taken by traditional publishers. So they'll be looking for help with technical help and they want to put something out that is quality and they don't know all the steps and things that they have to do that. Or maybe they just don't have the time. So we're here. Any questions you have related to any of that. And then all the adjacent things like editing, building your idea, just navigating. If you are wanting to get started in traditional search, having a consultation with us and just asking all the questions so you can go into it informed and not get taken and save yourself a little bit of time.
Yeah. And to your point, I mean, we try to put our money where our mouth is, or our hooves, or whatever you want to say. But
Always hooves.
Look at my hooves. And so it's like, yeah, we're here and we'll do it for you. But we've also kind of outlined ways for people to do it themselves, because it's like, we're here for the love, we're here for the help, so we try and live with conviction and work with conviction in that sense as well.
Yeah, totally. And, shout out to Kelly Schrank, who just finished her book on Checklist Manifesto. She coached with me for 6 months to get her book ready in time for a conference she was going to, and just rocked it. She would always, every meeting, she would come up and say, well, I didn't do too much. And I was like, you did so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, and to that point, shout out to Kyle Malfa, who when he first came to me with his first book a couple years ago, it was about 600 pages. I was like, I don't know if you want to do this. And I was wrong. And I ate my words. And so now he came back with an even longer one. I'm like, all right, let's go. We got this. The dream team is back together. So we're having a lot of fun.
Longer? I did not realize that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't either. But he's so fun to work with. He's just a solid author and just a good person. So we're having a great time.
Yeah, awesome. Well, this seems like a great time to jump into our next segment.
You heard? And that is HERD, y'all. I mean, I told you, fair warning, a lot of dad jokes and animal puns here. So basically, obviously another name for a wildebeest is new, GNU, so that's why you might hear the new news or things of that nature. But you heard is going to be the segment where we're going to kind of give you about my tongue is working today, the latest updates in publishing and news. So maybe not directly related to our authors, but other tips and tricks you can watch out for. There's a lot of, things in the publishing world that a lot of people aren't mindful of, like copywriting especially, and permissions and things like that. So we'll just touch on that. So if there's anything you're curious about, let us know.
So yeah, the latest news from our authors and their books. We have just had Gomez Adams, who is a radio host for the last 40 years in Syracuse, which is where we are mostly headquartered. He just launched his book called Caller Number 7.
Please try again.
Please try again. And it is a hilarious read. Just can tell you more about it in a second. But he came to us. He was a referral from John and Wendy Simone, who had published a book called Tex Simone, The Man Who Saved Baseball in Syracuse. And they're all amazing people, and they came to us and just said, we want to work with you. We saw what you did with Tex, and we're just ready to go. There's no question about it. And his book was pretty well, and again, Jess can speak more to this, but pretty well written and hilarious. She would send me quotes and little snippets from it all the time and just tell me how she's reading it. And then his wife, Kim, she comes to us with her children's book. So it's a family thing happening here. And we also are going to AWP, which is the Association of Writers and Writing Programs Conference. It's one of the largest book conferences in the country. We've been for 2 years now. This will be our third year.
It's a party.
Yeah. First year, we're in the back. We don't know what to expect. We're like, what is this thing? Let's just go and learn, figure out who else is in this space. Second year, we move up to a booth. We bring 2 of our authors. This year, 2 booths, 8 authors, 2 helpers. It's on. We are so ready.
Moving on up.
Baltimore, look out. Here we come. That is March 4th through 7th. And if you're in the Baltimore area or you plan on going, please stop by and see us.
Yes, definitely. It's a lot of fun. I mean, and, we have Gomez's book that just came out. I can be a little bit of spoiler alert person where I figure out movies before they happen. And there's only been one movie really that truly stumped me, and that was The Usual Suspects back in the day. Every time I thought I knew where Gomez was going with his story, he really surprised me. And there were times where I was like, dare I say, guffaw, laughing out loud. And then there are a couple times where, I cried. There's so much heart and so much, it's just awesome. He and his wife, Kim, are both incredible people. I mean, and, we have Kim's book forthcoming, and then we have Shant's book forthcoming too, which is an amazing workbook to help people empower themselves through huge changes in life. More on that coming up in future episodes.
Yeah, we also, in future episodes, we'll read some clips from these. The authors will come on and talk about them a little bit more, so we'll give you more detail. Right now, we're just giving you some sprinkles of the new news. And we also, for AWP, we have Rand Timmerman coming with us. He came with us last year to Los Angeles, and his book is a really fun read with 500 pictures of the Appalachian Trail. It's a great spiritual read. Then we have Karen Grossman coming with us, who wrote a book about how they present heart attack differently than men, plus her story weaved in there. It's really, really a great read. And she came with us last year also to LA and is coming back to Baltimore. And then we have Valerie Cole.
Oh,
Avian
Valerie
Swan
Cole.
The Old Witch's Home. I haven't read this book, so we're going to have to be honest here. I am on the business side of things and doing the interior and design covers, and Jess is doing the editing and reading of all these books. So I don't know them as in depth as she does, but I hear things, and I get to read clips and hear things and people's reviews of them. And The Old Witch's Home, it is a great read. Jess, if you want to pontificate on that.
Avian, I didn't know what to expect from it because, like, The Old Witch's Home, is it an old witch that lives in a home? Is it one witch? Is it multiple witches? No, it's a retirement community of witches, and it is awesome. She's so clever. She's such a beautiful writer. And, got the sequel forthcoming. No spoilers on that just yet, but there is another book coming, and fabulous, just fabulous writer, amazing person. I don't know, y'all. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun. And I've never really read anything like it before. Usually the witch stuff that I read is the young, sexy witches, and like there's maybe some vampires or dragons or something sprinkled in there. This is like kind of like an author who I used to love. You just sprinkle a little bit of magic into everyday life, and it's really beautiful.
That's awesome. And maybe the biggest news that we have is our first annual retreat, which is happening at Greek Peak next August. It is August 21st through 23rd at Greek Peak, which is a little bit south of Syracuse, but it's an easy drive from there. The complex is this beautiful mountain house. It is serene. There's trails. There's a mountain coaster. You can bring your family. I think a lot of writing retreats is, you have to come by yourself and you're going to sit and quietly and read and then share with a group. This is different. It is authorpreneur, which is what we are all about, teaching you how to not only finish your book, but how to market and promote it and do your website and set yourself up for sales and how to get into retail and all the things that you might be going, I have no idea how to do this or didn't realize you'd have to do. And so we're going to do it in this great spot where you can bring your family and then you can come hang with us and then go back to them in the evening and just make it a fun weekend. And we're going to feed you.
Yeah, snacks.
We're going to feed you multiple times. We're going to have a movie Saturday night on the lawn, and it's just going to be super amazing. And we hope that any of you authors listening will consider joining us. The details will be out for that shortly if they aren't already.
Yeah, and one thing that we really like to be mindful of is having things be accessible, and we put a strong emphasis on community. We don't want anyone to feel like they're not welcome or there's not a place for them. So it's all very just approachable and fun. And I mean, to that point about community, if I may,
please.
Since Laura and I have kind of business management and she has scientific background, we recognize that sometimes a lot of artists maybe have their handle a little bit better on the creative side of things, but not the business side of things. So we created what we call our authorpreneur community. So you can help manage kind of the ins and outs, Obviously, we can't give legal or financial advice, but we can kind of steer you in the right direction with things like, okay, I wrote a book. Now what do I do? How do I market this? What do I need to set up an LLC? How do I handle sales tax? What do I do about copyright issues like I'm harping on? But just all of those little things that maybe you're not thinking of when you're just writing your stories.
Absolutely. And then my favorite thing is we have these weekly meetings. They're open calls, so if you have a question or a challenge you want to talk through, but when we have multiple authors there, they share with each other. They're helping each other. Our authors are going to events with each other, even when we're not there.
Yeah.
I love the community that we have started and cannot wait to see that it's how it grows. I mean, just having the AWP conference and our authors coming with us, they bond so much in that and learn at the same time and share with each other. And I know that over time, they're all going to be beasts too. Like they're just going to be unstoppable because they're dedicated, they're motivated, and they're helping each other.
Yes. I mean, and you think about Rand, who wasn't the most tech savvy dude when he first came on with us.
The least tech savvy dude.
Love him. And admittedly, he'll say that, but he is the podcast master now, and has like these goal points and whatnot for himself, and it's awesome. I mean, and some other people, we have this wonderful author, Sandra, who has come in, and
Sandra came in a little terrified, timid Bambi. She would just say it. She's like, I'm nervous. I'm so shy and so scared. And now she is like a whole different person. And her husband says it too. He's like, I'm so proud of her. I wish she had done this when she was younger because her confidence has gone through the roof. And this woman is in her 80s. It's so awesome to see.
And what's really cool about it too is we just encourage everybody. Our kind of tagline / motto is be yourself, run wild, take leaps. And people are wondering, like, how do I do my book launch? What do I do? How does this happen? And it's like, she's doing at knitting stores with her, or at book clubs, or with sewing circles and things like that, because that's her community. We've had others who have done it at like rock and roll shows or different things like that. So, I mean, it's just be yourself and your people will find you. Your audience will find you. Your community will come.
Yeah, that's great. And that's another thing we'll be talking about at the retreat is building your personal brand, which is how you align with the people who want to read your books. And so it's all just so wonderful. And we're so excited to bring this podcast to you, to be able to share this stuff and have them here with us next time. Our friends section is going to be in and out. They'll stop by, read from their books, maybe share some insights and stories and help you if you're a writer or author. And we'll just have a lot of fun talking to them. And, we want to also make sure that this ties into our favorite hero of this is Pee-wee and Pee-wee's Playhouse. And Jess, you can add on to that.
Well, it was funny when Laura created this kind of document to sort of we like to have wall spaghetti and see what sticks, and she had put, how can we make this like Pee-wee's Playhouse, which instantly made me laugh. And then as I scrolled down, she had the segment, we want to call it Friends Are Here. And I was like, I think that's actually from Pee-wee's original stand-up. So I had to go watch it. And within the first 5 minutes, John B goes, friends are here. So if you hear us put a funny little accent on it, I can't help myself. I'm terrible at accents. But yeah, so it really made me laugh. And, we love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, I did not realize that that's where that had come from out of my brain, but I'm not surprised. And so finally, we want to get to tips. Our goal here is to have fun and everything, but we also want people who are listening to leave with some insights, some information that they can take back and help them succeed. And so, Jess, do you have anything that you would like to share from the editing side of things?
I mean, it's really interesting in working with editing and realizing how many things I've done correctly or how many words I've used correctly, and in kind of honing the skills with thank you University of Chicago and everyone else along the road. I would always say like, oh, I'm going to go lay down. That's not correct. So there's other words like this. And, should you interact with me on a editing side, you will understand I am a die on the hill of the Oxford comma. It's where I will not bend. So, I don't know. Other than that, it's just, I don't make the rules. I just try to follow them. Or like Mad Madam Mim, she only wants rules so she can break them, which I do in dialogue all the time. That's like a little bit more of a free-for-all for me personally. How about you, Lo? What's going on in the graphic design side of things?
A lot of book cover things. I think my tip would be if you're writing a book, pay attention and think about what you might like to have on the cover, whether you're just in Barnes & Noble or you're looking at some other friends who published a book and what you like about what are the colors like, what fonts are they using, what catches your eye, especially in the genre that you're writing in. There aren't any hard and fast rules. You could make your cover however you like. There are different ways to make it eye-catching, and of course there are professional design rules that are based on color rules and color wheel and things that you may never understand, but you want to come to your book designer with ideas and with a concept. It's very hard for someone to put the idea of the cover together for you without some sort of input. But then at the same time, you've got to be flexible in what they give you and understand that they're the professional. So, we've had authors who are like, okay, I like this, but can you make it like this? I'm like, I can, but it isn't going to have mass appeal that way. Mm-hmm. Because it's, like you said, breaking the rules of design. There are times when you can and there are times when you really shouldn't. And you really have to leave it to the professional to tell you that. And then, so that's my tip for today. It's just as you're writing your book, or even if it's already finished, you can update your covers. I don't know if you've noticed that, lots of books have different versions with different covers. Mm-hmm. So if you did actually create one and then you just kind of over time decided like, ooh, I think I would like to do something else, go for it.
And then you do a special 10th anniversary edition or something. I can't tell you how many different iterations of The Shining I've had over the years.
Right.
Like, just tons.
Yeah, so I guess associated tip with that would be, don't feel like everything is set in stone. It used to be. And if you do go, that's another thing of going with traditional publishers. It's going to be set in stone for quite some time. If you self-publish, you have a lot more flexibility in that.
Definitely. Definitely. So there are some other things, I mean, we like to keep ourselves very much entertained here at Wildebeest Publishing, because otherwise, what are we even doing if we're not laughing? I mean, there's the giggles and groans of life that keep us going, but, you have to just keep swimming and be yourself. And you might hear a lot of really bad movie references in here, and for that, we do not apologize.
Yes, Gen X are basically built on... Or millennial. It really...
Gen Z, who knows? Yes. X marks the spot, babies.
Yes. Somewhere where we were born in with digital.
Yes. But, there might be some other funny little things, because it's like we like to keep laughing. So might talk about some fun little synchronicities that happen in life. Or I didn't know that the word for... like, let's say we had this person that worked for us at my family's business years back, and he'd always say, well, young lady, it goes in squirts. And we would laugh at that so much because it's close, but not quite. So those are called eggcorns. And I didn't know that term until recently. And we get a real kick out of eggcorns. So you might hear stuff like that, or it doesn't pass the mustard, or who knows what else. But they make us giggle, so we're sharing them with you.
Yeah, and where does eggcorns? Is that an earcorn? Eggcorn?
I think it's I don't know. I think it's just because it's supposed to be an earwig, but maybe who knows?
Oh, an earwig, earcorn.
Who knows?
Eggcorn. So this is very confusing for me. We're going to share some of our favorite eggcorns, just because they are giggle worthy most of the time.
Yeah, and also to that point too, we love to hear your stories of your Beastie Besties. When we were at AWP, there were two students that came up to us, and they just met each other, and it was like instant bond. They connected, and they were just like hugging and adorable, and they came over and shared their story of how they met and what happened. Or, if you've taken a leap and gone into business with a friend, or, just tried something out, please tell us. We love this stuff. We'd like to hear your stories.
Yes, absolutely. Jess and I have been friends, like I said, a long time. And when we were teenagers, we talked about starting a...
YouTube, basically. YouTube University on VHS tapes.
It's impossible not to age ourselves.
Yeah. We're Gen X, y'all. It is what it is.
Loud and proud. So,
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to start a YouTube channel. And actually, I think it was, we weren't starting a YouTube channel. That's why I got messed up. We were starting VHS.
We wanted to do how-to videos, because Laura and I have kind of always done some different things, we'll say, in our life. And we've just I don't know, this looks like it could be fun. Let's try this out. And so we really wanted to show, this was back 20-ish years ago, 25 years ago. We wanted to show women that they can do these things that maybe were back then thought of maybe boys' hobbies or whatever. And I know we're less gendery now, but it was we're like, hey, we like doing this. We went on road trips and we went camping and we did skateboarding and we'd go rollerblading up to the bridges and go fishing and things like that. And it's kind of showing people how to do it, because you just have to try. And like they always say on Adventure Time, sucking at something is a first step to being good at something. It's okay. It's okay to not be good at stuff when you try it. Practice makes better.
Yeah,
Perfection isn't real.
I literally remember sitting in your room and having those little pocket notebooks and writing down all of the different things that we were going to do.
Yeah.
But this we couldn't even have foreseen.
No.
Start book publishing company X number of years later.
On the internet, which doesn't exist.
Right? Yes, exactly. So that too, you never know how your life is going to unfold. So
exactly.
Just keep going, people.
Just keep throwing that spaghetti.
That's right. Run wild, be yourself. Take leaps every day.
For sure.
So I think that's pretty much all we've got for you for today. We just want to do a quick little intro and get the wheels greased. Grease the wheels. There's an acorn in here somewhere. And just get our jitters out. I'm sure that we'll get more smooth and flowy as we go. And I'm super excited to have our guests on future episodes. So please follow, share, tune in, and send us your stories so we can all do this together. And so high five your homies and pen your pages. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye, Beasties.
Bye.